Hey guys, it's Lorenzo. So today I'm showing you my Dendrobium Micro Chip. This is a nice small compact dendrobium. It's a profuse bloomer and is quite fragrant. I would have to akin the smell to being something of a lime, a little bit more of a citrus smell, but it's got a little bit of a musk to it as well. I don't really know how to describe it. Even a little bit of honey is what I can kind of detect in there. Either way, the flowers grow in little bunches, so I've got a small bunch of the buds on this side, and as you can see, they've got little purple, maroon, or almost verging on magenta colored spots on the upper side of the flower. But if you can look in, the petals are about an ivory color, and the lip is yellow, also with a little bit of spotting. Really nice little plant. I actually have a new growth, which is right in here. The leaf's a little twisted. That's its newest growth. There's a couple of other little shoots that seem to be wanting to form, a little bit of buds. But overall, I'm very satisfied and happy with the growth pattern of this orchid. I do have one pseudobulb that seems to kind of be a little bit more wayward than its brethren. But let me take it out of the pot and show you if I can get to it. So I'm just going to kind of pull on it a little bit. Okay. So it's, I haven't repotted this since I purchased it, but it's in sphagnum moss, and I seem to keep it moderately moist. I watered it yesterday or the day before, and it seems to be retaining the moisture, obviously because it's sphagnum moss, and I keep this dendrobium inside, so it's here on my growing space in my living room. I really enjoy it though. It's very nice to look at. It has interesting flowers. I think they're so cool. The one that's really more on the pink side on the right, that one's actually about to fall off. So the colors seem to get a little bit more vibrant, and they start to bleed a little bit, as you can see. Notice how the red color seems to be bleeding into the ivory as it starts to deteriorate. The colors start to disperse. I guess that's the tissue breaking down, because you can see this is a newer bloom. And then here's again an example of the ivory and the little bit more of like a yellow lemon colored lip to it. I don't really know what the growing conditions are for this to be favorable, but it seems to be doing quite nicely in my living room. My temperature in the grow space, which is a south-facing window, is about 79 degrees, and the humidity seems to be about 45% right now. That's inside. So a little bit warm in my house right now. I have the temperature set at about 78, but near the window it gets a little warmer than the rest of the house. So this is my Dendrobium Micro Chip. I'm contemplating repotting it in some orchiata pine bark, maybe when it stops blooming, but it doesn't seem to want to stop blooming, so I don't mind. It can bloom all it wants. I purchased this at a nursery up near Austin, but it looks like they got it from Hawaii, so I don't know if this is a Hawaiian species or a Hawaiian mix, but it's Dendrobium Micro Chip. The parentage is, I don't know if I can read that. See if it'll focus. Let's see, Aberrans by Norman Byance. Either way, it's a beautiful little orchid, and I quite enjoy it. If you can get one, I would highly recommend that you do. I think this is a nice specimen that I have here. I instantly fell in love with it. I just like the look of it. Bifoliate by nature, and it's got these nice compact pseudobulbs with this almost striated pseudobulb. They're not shriveled at all. That's just the way they are. They've always been like that. And I keep it quite hydrated, so I'm pretty confident that it's getting enough moisture. Sometimes I'm worried that it's getting a little too much. So anyway, if you have any grow tips on this particular orchid, or you happen to have one, And if you don't, I recommend you get one to add to your collection. But if you do have one and you have some grow tips for me, please leave a comment in the section below. And if you have any links, helpful links, that would be appreciated. But when I do repot this, I'll provide an update and I'll post another video. So with that, this is my Dendrobium Micro Chip. I think she's a sweet little girl. That's just the way that I envision this being. I don't know what her name would be if she had a name. Sweet Sue. I'm going to name her Sweet Sue. So, goodbye from Central Texas and happy growing.